tell yourself to not actually divorce?
Not at that moment, no. Like at that moment, no, I would not. I would, if it was me talking to me in that moment, I'd be like, no, don't do this. Do you see how you're reacting to this? Like, you're so emotional. I can tell you don't have peace about this. Like, I know that this is not where you're supposed to be right now. Yeah. Like, you give it time, be more patient, like, wait till the dust settles. I definitely would have told me in that moment, no.
Got it.
Lawyers, court systems win in this. No, families don't win in divorce.
Yeah.
I've heard that before.
Lawyers win. They win. We families don't win. You don't win when a family is broken apart. I think Jay-Z said this. He's like, nobody wins when the family feuds.
Yeah.
Nobody wins. It's not a situation where somebody is a winner. But you basically, when you get lawyers involved, and there was a therapist I was speaking to, both me and him, a marital therapist at the time, that when I told him my decision, he was like, when you get lawyers involved, it gets ugly. He told me that. And
this is why you do not get married with paperwork. When you get married with paperwork, lawyers are going to get involved at the end. At the end of the day, paperwork creates an avenue of revenue for everybody around you that's not in the relationship. That's why you have to really test a woman by not marrying her to see if she's going to stay with you in the relationship. A lot of men, when women try to force a marriage onto you, you're thinking that she's making the ultimate commitment, but all she's doing is living out a fairy tale, and everybody around her knows she's living out that fairy tale. She could be making the wrong decisions, but when it's time to break apart, that's when everyone has to make money off your pain. Like she says, like Jay-Z says, nobody wins when the family feud, because you have to always rely on family in order to maintain your peace. If you do not have peace in your household, you're not gonna have peace in your life.
Affected me more, her not having her father like in the house like that. It's affected me more, seeing her used to something I didn't want her to get used to. Didn't want her to get used to. I was raised in a divorced home, and it was a high conflict divorce. And I didn't want that for her. So I think it's harder for me because I made the decision. I made that decision. And gosh.
Take your time.
At the end of the day, like, I don't think people understand, like, how, like, when you see a child, like, and she has a father, and I have a really great relationship with my dad. I have a great relationship with my stepdad. I have great relationships with the men in my life. And, I always wanted for her to have that relationship, and she does. Her father loves her. We've been able to go to, like, everything that's ever needed, like, for her, like, medically and things like that. If he needs to show up to a doctor's appointment, he'll go, things like that. But it's hard. It's a hard process to, I would love for us to come to a place of peace, for sure.
Most women want to come to a place of peace at the end of the day, but Samantha Lee got to also take accountability that you've been making Sigma male content, you've been making the same type of red pill content that everyone's been making when it comes to a relationship, and then she find herself being a victim inside of a relationship and going through all this turmoil and pain just like everyone else goes through. That shows you that a lot of people can come online and help you heal the pain of being hurt by putting down the opposite sex or a spouse when they may be battling pain themselves. That's how I feel Samantha Lee is probably going through after watching these interviews. But at the same time, like, let's just keep it funky. All of this could be acting, everything that she's saying, because she seems a little bit happy, and then other interviews, she said that, hey, she left for certain reasons and it wasn't for the money, but she felt like she needed to get out. Then in this interview, she's saying, hey, everyone around me persuaded. One thing about the entertainers, their life is never real. There's always somebody in their ear because they have to make everybody happy in order to maintain their happiness of being famous. All right, guys, if you've gotten this far in the video, do me a favor, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that notifications button. Back to the video.
I had different people in my ear at that time. I would not have made that decision. No, I wouldn't. And that's the truth. I tried my very best at this point in my life to be what I didn't have in that moment. Because I think that I was, women were like, I'm an extremely emotional person. People that know me know that about me. I'm the kind of person that like, okay, I feel so strong, and I can ruminate, I can get so lost in my thoughts. I know a lot of women are like that. Like we're a lot, not all of us, right? But some of us are. Just like a lot of men can be like that. But I know women specifically, I'm ready to be done, I'm ready to be done, I'm ready to be done. I can't stand this, he don't do this, he don't do that, blah, 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 blah. And we're just focusing on these things. And because you don't have a certain person in your life to say, to check you and say, sis, what about this? What about this? What about these strengths? What about what he's not doing? What, like those types of things? That can get you thinking about the positive aspects of this person that you.
She's right. What I'll say is, if you're in a relationship, you should hang around relationship people. You shouldn't hang around single people. Single people and relationship people are thinking two different ways in life. A lot of single people are jealous of people in relationships, so they're always trying to find fault so they can have friends that help them be single. You see a lot of this when it comes to women. When women come across a friend that's happy in a relationship, soon as that woman starts to have a little sprinkle of problems, she's telling that girl, you need to leave your man, you need to get out the relationship. But she's really just trying to get somebody to hang out with her while she's feeling lonely. Now, that's what's destroying a lot of people, because the internet is fulfilled with single people that are coming online trying to keep everybody single as long as they are single to go along with their pain. Moral of the story when it comes to this situation is, learn to think for yourself. If you're in a relationship and you feel like you cannot be honest with the person you're with, then it's time to get up out of the relationship. Once the communication stops, so does the relationship.
But what you cannot say and what I will not allow to be said is that doesn't make any logical sense. If it was about money, I would have just stayed where I was at. Clearly, I had access to everything that I wanted. That doesn't make any logical sense. I wouldn't leave it to go work multiple jobs. And people know I make a good amount of money. Why would I do that for money? I love this person, and there were just certain things that just didn't work out. And that's not for the world to know. That's not for people to know. That's for me and him to know. And I hate that our business is out on the media sites. I hate that because it's a family. It's a family that's broken apart. It's not entertainment. And unfortunately, it's become entertainment. And I don't like it, because it was somebody.
And she's right. What she's trying to say is she's not going to allow the internet to dictate what's going on in the relationship. I agree with that, because a lot of people are learning about relationships on a universal scale. So they look at everyone's relationship from a universal scale point of view, when realistically, everyone has their own problems that they have to deal with. We can't necessarily look at someone's relationship and say, this is what's happening, that's what's happening, that's what's happening. We just being spectators and critics because it's gossip, it's entertainment. But when it comes to the real life situations here, it's gonna be individual based only, it's not groups. So when it comes to happiness, we're living in a world where people are not dating and getting in relationships because of natural chemistry. They're dating each other for a reason. There has to be a reason you're in a relationship. There has to be a reason you're taking out on a date. There has to be a reason why you're spending the money. Everyone is dating for a reason and not chemistry, and that seems to be the biggest problem.
What I say about showing up to my house?
I'm trying to talk to you. You not answering.
We ain't got nothing to talk about. We don't have nothing to talk about. We broke up 3 months ago. Why are you still popping up at my house?
We didn't even finish having the conversation.
We don't have nothing to talk about.
Yes, we do.
We don't have nothing to talk about. Like, I'm gonna end up calling the police on you real talk because you keep popping up at the house. Cool.
I think you need to
like
come
you look
sit
crazy
down
right
and
now.
talk to me about this.
We don't
you
talk
don't
about.
spend that type
We don't
of
talk
me
about.
and then just not be
We
here
are
for me
nothing.
anymore.
I'm never gonna spend any type of time with you. We're
need to
nothing.
Come talk to me right
no,
now.
you crazy.
I'm not gonna leave until
You crazy.
we get clarity
No, you
on
about
this
to go. You gotta
situation.
just,
no.
You don't stay here. This is my house.
Why are you trying to
We
make
not
me
together
leave,
no
though?
more.
Why? That's what I'm trying
It
to
don't
understand.
matter why.
Are we not
It don't
together?
matter. It don't matter why.
It does matter.
No, it does not matter. You have no business
matters.
at my house.
Why are we
This
not
is like
together?
your third time this
Why can't
month.
we just
Not show up here.
I'm gonna keep
I'm
coming
about to
back
call the police
because,
on real
hey,
talk.
I want to
Like
be
you think
with
I'm playing with you?
I want to be with you.
I don't care. We're not gonna
You
be
need
together.
to come sit down
We're
and talk to me
done.
about
We're
this,
done.
because at the end of the day,
No.
I'm not about to leave.
No, you is about to leave.
No,
you is
I'm
about to
not
leave
about
because
to
you can't
leave.
stay
Like,
here.
you're not
No.
me to do all this stuff you want
It
to
don't
do
matter. We're
and think you
done.
finna
That's
make it seem
old.
like I don't
That's
matter.
old.
No.
That's old. Yeah, like we done. That
don't
ain't
have
we
to-
done. We never getting back together.
Yeah, we are.
This is
So
exactly
you might
why
as
we
well
broke
come sit
up.
down.
Because you crazy. You think it's cool to just pop up at my house? It's okay and it's funny to you and it's a real bum.
This
Like,
is not funny
no,
to me. Like, this is
no, you
literally
think it's a
hurting me
joke.
so bad.
I don't
Like,
care. I don't care
why?
about.
And that man is right, and she's absolutely wrong. She knows that it is not cute for her to continue to sit out here and play these games with that man. When a man makes up his mind that he no longer wants to be in the relationship, pretty much a woman has to understand that it's over. Men put up with more things than modern day women. Modern day women think that it's cute to act like a little girl. It's cool to play these fictional fairy tales that she's seeing on TV and reality shows. They're trying to get out here and actually live their life like they're trying to write a book after, and men are not dealing with it anymore. But one thing about it is, when it gets to these toxic women don't want to go anywhere when you break up with them, because they become so conformed to playing the game that the game becomes part of their life. It becomes cultured. So men, while you're in these relationships and you're going through the makeup and breakup phase, if you and her become accustomed to makeup and breakups, when you finally make the decision to leave her, it may be the roughest time of your life because she don't want to leave. And when a woman doesn't want to leave, she could become worse than a man that don't want to leave. She'll destroy everything that you built. Hopefully you guys got the message behind the video. If you watched this far, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and definitely hit that notifications button so you can get the videos as soon as I put them out. Hasta la vista.